It seems that everybody has a phone. Kids, the elderly, and pretty much all demographics in between, which is why I continually see the question, can I have a private phone and phone service, or is this just an oxymoron? This video will cover 3 unique challenges of getting a phone privately, getting a cell service and number privately, and using it privately by addressing the several complications in the world of mobile privacy. My hope is you will learn a lot and care more about mobile privacy even if you previously didn't, because there are some serious problems not being addressed that impact your wallet, privacy, and security. Buckle in, we're going to teach you how to stick it to the man. My only disclaimer is this is aimed at the US audience, and although most steps apply to other countries equally, some countries like Australia have their own laws that prohibit things like burner phones. So double check your local laws. Let's start with part A, getting the phone. Most people know the drill. Time for a new 2-year contract. Stop! Privacy aside, this is one of the worst things you can do. When you buy a phone from a carrier like Verizon or T-Mobile, you may never truly own your own device, and your monthly payments are tied to your credit and identity. We highly recommend you save money in the long run and avoid needlessly handing over your identification by buying phones outright directly from their manufacturer. If you see the price tag and go, whoo, I can't afford that, check out the iPhone SE and Pixel 4a as they're incredibly good deals. And most manufacturers have their own financing, so there's really no reason to finance a phone from a cell company anymore. It's only designed to screw you over. In terms of getting the phone privately, you have 3 main options. Buy the phone online directly from a manufacturer. I recommend using an alias email from Simple Login, and for payment, using non-reloadable prepaid Visa cards or a service like privacy.com. At this point, if your address is something you also want to hide, then consider getting a mail drop, though this is a higher threat model not everyone will strive for, and we will argue that doesn't even matter by the end of this video. The second option is a bit easier. Go to your local tech store and get a phone with cash. The third option is the most environmentally friendly with the best value. Buy used. Go on Craigslist, check out eBay, or see if you can get a phone from a friend or family member. No matter which option you go with, remember to buy a phone that's carrier unlocked. This is so important. This will allow you to use the phone with any carrier, so it's not locked to a specific company. If you successfully buy a phone with little to no personal information that is unlocked, you now have a private phone. Now we go into part 2, the cellular plan. If you dug through your cell company's privacy policy, you'll know it's invasive as f***. This step involves getting a cell plan and phone number privately. Similar to part A, most people assume you have to go in a 2-year contract with a cell company who checks your credits and verifies your identity. Do not do this. There's something beautiful in our world called prepaid phone plans, which, as they sound, are purchased up front. There's no contract, as you buy everything in advance. Before discussing the privacy implications, know this is likely so much cheaper than going through a carrier, to the point I wonder why no one does this. It feels like a secret money tip. Most prepaid plans use the same network and offer the same service as large cell companies, but at a significantly lower price with no identification requirement or ties to your credit. But this video is about privacy. Prepaid phone plans are king because they're purchased upfront, and very few plans require any sort of legitimate information. Here are some options at your disposal. Mint.com uses the T-Mobile network at low prices. You can buy a SIM kit from their website using a prepaid debit card or privacy.com, then mailing it to your mail drop or home address using a pseudo email. An easier approach is getting their starter kit on Amazon using an Amazon account with a pseudo email, an Amazon gift card purchased in person with cash, and shipping it to an Amazon locker. No personal information whatsoever. You can do these same instructions with Ting, and there are some other services out there, but those are the 2 I've seen the most. You can also go to your local convenience store, 7-Eleven, Walmart, Target. They all have prepaid cell plans. Before buying one, I would double check the website of each plan to ensure they don't verify identity in any way. And if they don't, buy it in cash and you're done. Now you have a SIM card tied to a legitimate phone plan with 0 information on a device you obtained with 0 information. Unfortunately, despite the purchases being separate from your identity, this doesn't accomplish much in the scheme of things. Almost all prepaid plans use large cell companies, so you're indirectly putting faith in the evil oligopolies. So let's chat about usage and the problems with mobile privacy. First, SMS. Your standard text message is incredibly insecure with almost non-existent privacy. Cell companies collect all messages and are even able to collect standard phone calls. Because of this, we recommend utilizing tools with end-to-end encryption, including the following. Yes, a few of these have issues. We address those in many other videos, but at the very least, they offer end-to-end encryption if both parties are using the tool, which prevents your cell company from snooping on the conversation. Your web traffic is the next challenge, as every website, app, and domain you access is collected, harvested, used, and shared with third parties. To combat this, ensure you're using HTTPS on websites. This is a general recommendation that luckily is a staple nowadays and you don't really have to worry about it. Second, use a VPN or Tor. Both of these tools will prevent your cell company from seeing what you're doing, completely blocking them out. We have a plethora of resources on VPNs on our website, and our Become Anonymous guide walks you through Tor usage. Links to everything are below. So now you've protected your core communication and your web traffic, which are two major steps in the right direction. But if you've watched our Go Incognito course, which you should totally check out if you haven't, you will know cell companies can figure out exactly where you go throughout the day because of something called cell tower triangulation, which happens when your phone pings the cell towers for the best possible connection. This pinging allows cell companies to figure out exactly what your location is. It doesn't matter if you have location services switched off, as this doesn't happen through GPS, making it a very challenging issue to solve. Here are some partial solutions. Keep your phone on airplane mode in sensitive areas, but this is unrealistic in preventing a majority of the issue on the go when you're not on airplane mode. Keep your phone at home only, though this exposes your home to the company if it's left at that location for a long period of time every day. Also, it means you're not able to use your mobile phone as a mobile phone. Keep your phone on airplane mode at home, so Wi-Fi only, and only use your cell on the go. This reveals your travels, but not your home, though it's probably not hard to geofence the area you live because of the absence of data. The general point is there's absolutely no clear-cut way of addressing this concern, and cell companies have been caught collecting and selling this data. Even people with the highest threat models can't really avoid this problem in its entirety. So let's check in here. You obtained a phone privately, a cell plan privately, only use end-to-end encryption to communicate with people, are using a VPN or Tor to protect your web traffic, and are at least aware of the fact your location is collected. So you might be asking, is all of this crap even worth it? This is a lot of work and it doesn't even solve all the problems. That is your decision to make, and it's why threat modeling is so important, something that we stress constantly. Here are some general pros and cons to leave you with to make your own decision. First, privacy aside, the configuration and options I've given you are cheaper, don't require giving your credit and social security number to an oligopoly, and allow you to own what you buy, something that most people will enjoy. Second, you are disconnecting the direct tie to an identity, which is an underrated plus. When I did my taxes online, I was unable to verify my identity because my phone number wasn't tied to an identity. For the majority of the world who isn't avoiding a state actor kind of attack, this disconnection will prevent almost everybody from knowing who exactly is behind a phone number, from the public white pages to the IRS. Do not discount how important this is. Third, with the other precautions in place, your cell company won't be able to collect any information about who you talk to, what you're saying, what sites you visit, and really anything else that's happening on your phone. So yes, even though the location of the phone can be tracked, I consider everything we've discussed to be a net win. But I also hope people understand how ridiculous it is you have to go through all of this in the first place. Cell companies have had the ability to switch to end-to-end encryption for years, but refuse to do it. They also are able to stop harvesting user data and selling it, but they refuse to stop. It is no surprise these evil companies are evil in how they handle your personal information, and if you take a stand against it by following our advice in this video, you are sticking it to the man and making a difference while getting cool personal perks in the process. Before wrapping this video up, I do want to mention we very much focused on the phone and phone plan today. We didn't talk about what kind of phone to buy, what operating system to run, what apps you want or don't want to use, and a plethora of other precautions you may be interested in. Our Become Anonymous guide and course Go Incognito are two wonderful resources to get you started on a more extensive and thorough approach that goes beyond just the cell plan and the phone. So check those out below, they're absolutely great. That's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and leaving a comment about what you learned. Don't forget to share it, and we'll see you next time on Tech Lore.